Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to our last webinar of Opportunity Funds Scholarship Program. My name is Alejandro Garcia, Education USA Advisor in Sonora State. Our host, Adriana Molina, Education USA Advisor at Morelia, Michoacán. Now, Adriana, let's do it.
Hello.
The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Alex. And thank you everyone for connecting today. I know it's been a long trip and you're waiting for a very well-deserved break. But today we are going to analyze how to prepare for your online interviews, which are just around the corner. I hope that the information in here is going to be useful for you. May I remind you, we are recording this session and we are going to share it in our YouTube channel, all right? So welcome, my name is Adri and let's start. So today we will focus on the stages for your interview preparation. Remember that your interview is going to be in English. That's why this session is going to be held in English as well. So we are going to focus on the before the day of the interview aspect, everything that you need to prepare for the actual day of the interview. We are going to analyze what to do during the interview and everything related to the actual thing, to the actual interview. And also reflecting on what to do on the follow-up after the interview, all right? So let's start, obviously, with the before the day of your interview. If you have multiple devices with you, you should try them all, test them all, and try to figure out which one is the most reliable technology for you in video calls. Maybe your cell phone is a good tool for you to just surf the net or do actual calls, but it doesn't run very well a video call. Please don't wait till the actual day, the day of your interview to figure that out. Do it the days before, if you can, today or tomorrow. Try to test out all the devices that you have available for you and try to figure out which one is the most reliable on that specific use. Also, it is best to use earbuds like this during an online interview to reduce noise pollution for all parties involved. And testing them out prior your day is also a good idea. In general, testing your technology, your earbuds, your cell phone, and figure out which one is the most reliable. Maybe you have a cheap version of earbuds like mine. Oh, should I confess? These are very cheap, but these work better than the actual thing that I got. So I use this when I have a special important thing like this, like today's session, because they work better for me. They connect better. They have less disconnections or breakage with the connection. So I use them whenever I do something like this. I do a session. So try to test them out, try to test the combination of both and figure out, make sure that they work together and work well. Do it also with your internet connection of the place that you are going to connect. Before the day of your interview, remember to run a trial interview with a friend or your Education USA advisor. We were, just before you enter, we were talking about that with Alex just here. We can organize for you, your advisor can organize for you a mock interview session where you can have a session test with people that you don't know. In order for you to experiment, how would you answer questions? How would you keep concentrated? How would your English act out? That is a good practice. So run a trial interview with your Education USA advisor or with a friend that you feel comfortable with. Be aware of the time zone that you are being required. Maybe your university that you have your interview with is in the East Coast or in the West Coast. Make sure that you understand very well at what time you are supposed to connect, all right? Figure that out. Wait days before your interview. Don't wait to the day of the interview. Also, get the details of your date of your expected interview. How long is it going to be? Which platform are you supposed to connect with? Will it be a video call or just a phone call, a regular call? That can also happen. And if they are going to run your interview in Zoom or in Meet, make sure that you know the ropes of it, right? That you know how to use them, that you are familiarized with all the applications or all the buttons and the commands inside the application, right? That is something very basic, but you really need to plan on it and give yourself some time to figure this out. Also, choose a good location to have your interview. Think about it days before. Don't just run around 5 minutes before your interview is actually starting and figuring out where is a good place to connect and where the internet connection is better, your acoustics are better. Try to do those as you practice, as you connect with you're testing out, you're running out your devices, right? It is a good idea to run your devices and see how well they connect to the internet in the actual place you are going to sit to have an interview. Be mindful about your frame. Look, you're looking not just my face here. You're looking at everything that is around me and behind me. So you know by now that everything around me is intentional. I want you to see that. I want you to see that I have a flag in here, right? Be mindful of what is around you and next to you. And if you don't like it or you're not convinced or have some doubts, be aware that you need to use some kind of virtual background to block that, all right? Choose a good background, as I was telling you. Get a comfortable chair. You might get comfortable around talking to these people. And the interview can be 20 minutes or 30 minutes or even a little bit more, a little bit longer. So get a comfortable chair where you look comfortable and relaxed. Check the sound environment that the environment creates. Maybe there's a lot of echo or maybe there's people chatting around and you are not going to be heard and understood. Make sure that everything, all of those aspects are figured out and intentional in the moment you have your interview. Also, create a good lighting. I have here behind you good lamp. As you can see, I can move it around. I can change the lighting I have for you. And everything you see in your screen is intentional. I did it before today. I tested it. I felt comfortable with it, and you should do it too, because otherwise you will be distracted that day. Like I'm shining, or they can see my face. Also, you don't want to be a shadow in the frame, right? You need to have a soft, natural light. That is ideal. It could be a natural source of it against a window, or you can have, as I was telling you, a ring lamp like I have, in order for you to improve the lighting that you naturally have in the room you've chosen. Make sure your image is clear and you feel comfortable with your image in it. I have had a very long day today, but I made 5 minutes before I got here to get some lipstick on because that boosts my energy. Looking my image without lipstick makes me feel like I'm sad or depressed, or I feel or I'm looking tired. Maybe I don't look tired, but that is the idea that I have in my head. So I avoid it by controlling my image, the image that I display in this situation, right? So make sure your image is what you really want to display. Okay, moving on the day of your interview, all of the past information is before your day of the interview, right? In the actual day of your interview, start getting ready prior to your schedule time. And when I say prior, I mean from the morning. From the moment that you wake up, try to energize and boost yourself and say, this is going to be a good day. I'm going to be successful. I am enough and I'm present. Set yourself in a mind space that is powerful and is efficient to what you want to do, right? Remember, you're going to meet these people and you're going to pitch your profile, right? You're going to sell it. You're going to get things. So if you don't believe in the product, you're not going to be able to sell it. So believe in the product. You're the product for you, right? Eliminate distractions before your interview starts. So your cell phone, put it in vibration, or even better, just put it away. If you have a baby or something to, to take care of, and make sure that it is taken care of. Eliminate all distractions and focus. Get yourself some time to focus before your interview starts. Test your technology again, and I would suggest at least an hour before your interview. It is a classical joke of destiny, if you want to say it, that you have tested everything and everything is running very well, but in the actual day of the actual thing, Zoom has sent an actualization package and everything is rebooting your computer, right? So if that is happening, you need to figure it out like an hour or half an hour before your interview, so that you are able to be there on time, right? Being punctual. Remember that this is your first impression. You want to give what kind of impression? What do you want to say about yourself? Being punctual is regarded even more in American culture as being professional. So that is important. And being respectful. Time is money for everyone. So if you're late for your interview, you're displaying really the wrong message here. Be aware of your time. Log on at least 10 minutes early. So what I was telling you about technology is even Zoom or Meet or whatever technology you're running your interview in, so that you are sure that your computer today is running it well, or your cell phone today is running it well, right? And everything is connected and everything is running. And after that, you can relax. You can make sure you have something to drink. You can, decompress. 10 minutes before the interview starts, you should be already logged on the interview. Another important thing, be mindful of your body language. Don't be defeated if you're like this, or the person is only able to see this. No, you're not displaying energy and confidence, right? Be mindful of what you want to project, and project it with your face and your body. The fact that your interview is going to be online doesn't mean that you shouldn't be mindful of your body and your body language. Dress appropriately. I know everyone went through that in the pandemics, right? Pajama and shirt. That's okay. But how much does it boost your energy and your confidence to be in pajama bottoms? For me, that a lot. So when I want to feel powerful, I put on I dress up, and I put on a dress or a piece of garment that make me feel exactly like I want to feel. I want to be formal. I want to feel powerful. I want to be in control. And that is what I'm portraying. And even though you're just seeing a very limited part of what I am wearing today, I know what I'm wearing. So my tip in here is, do believe it. Don't fake it. Do believe it. Dress up. This is a huge opportunity for you. And you wouldn't be doing this in pajama bottoms. So please put on a dress or a nice shirt and nice khaki pants, right? Make sure that you look professional and motivated, and you display self-love, really. Remember, this is a scholarship or a potential scholarship interview, right? You are not only looking for a space in the university or in the college, you're also looking for sources of financing. So well dressed, dress for success, dress as much as you want to portray success and professionalism. Also important, be mindful. Oh, sorry, let me go back. Just a second. Reflect on what message you want to convey with your look. And once again, be intentional in everything, in your surrounding, in your face, in your look, in the words that you're speaking. Be intentional, be mindful, be present. Sometimes being present takes a little bit, a lot from you, right? And it could be triggering of anxiety. Try to work this out prior to the day of the interview as well. Try to figure out what calms you down. Maybe it is deep breathing, right? Also, you don't want to, over exercise your deep breathing, and you don't want to look like you're stressed. So try to figure out a strategy where you can relax and control yourself without portraying nervousness. Let me give you an example. I am getting anxiety, right? And I try to calm myself and I count to 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is not the look, okay? Maybe you can do it in your head and avoid showing it in your face. You want to look confident. You want to convey confidence, even when you are not feeling a lot of that, right? So maybe deep breathing very casually. You can take a deep breath and still use that air to answer the question that is difficult instead of doing, well, right? You can take in and use that to even do a stronger voice that shows more confidence, because that's what you need to portray, right? So practice relaxation exercises. I also do this when I'm feeling very anxious, or I'm feeling like I'm deconcentrating, losing focus. I use this so I can attach myself again to the situation. But maybe you can, I don't know, do this or move your leg or have something like this. It's an anxiety ball right next to you. The advantage is that you are going to be in the setting, in the surrounding that you choose for your interview. So you can show as much as you want. Try to figure out what calms you down. Okay, so this is a question that I often get for online university interviews. Should I study? And if I should study, what is it that you shouldn't study, but you should prepare for your interview? Anticipate talking about your plans in your life. What are your professional plans, your personal plans, your community plans? How are you going to be impactful in your area of study? Elaborate a little bit what you know about this program that you're interested in and you want to place in. What is the university about? What are the vision and the mission of the university, for so saying, right? And also, what are your career goals, more in a more personal dimension? What do you want? How do you envision yourself being in 10 or 15 years after this program has settled in your life? This is important to do prior to your interview, to anticipate and envision this type of interview contents, so that you can practice. Maybe you can even run your computer or your device where you are going to connect it and do the practice, actually practicing explaining these things. What are my plans? Well, I envision myself in 10 years having my own business, changing this technology in my area, because in Michoacan, there is not a lot of technology regarding farming, and I want to improve that because blah, 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 right? I can start actually trying to explain myself in these 3 areas to see where I lack vocabulary, where my grammar betrays me and I forget things, or my tongue go twisted, and I can improve that. For the day of the actual interview, I would be prepared. Okay, so in the day of your interview, you should be able to cover your background, to talk about your history as a person, and also your academic background, your academic history, a little bit of how you got interested in your field of study. your current academic situation, what you are interested now in, what you're doing currently, what are, in case you're applying for a bachelor degree, what are your extracurricular activities that you're involved in or you have been involved in, and more scholarship specific information or program specific information, right? Why do you deserve this scholarship or a place in our university or in our program? Why is it you, right? You have done this as Opportunity Fund grantees. You have already done this. You rock. You have experience in defending your case. But this time you will have to do it in English. So prepare it. Prepare your vocabulary, right? Also, during the day of the interview, be clear and concise and be present. Try to smile. Because if you're like this, you're going to portray, I'm panicking. I don't know. I shouldn't be here. Maybe I don't belong. I'm thinking too much or too little. No, try to relax and show a face expression that expresses confidence and a little bit of happiness. You have done a lot of things. You have done a lot of things, extraordinary things so far. So try to remember those as you breathe deeply and try to express gratitude and presence. Listen carefully to what the interviewer is saying or asking. And this is important. Oh, yes, it is important because the question is going to determine a lot. They are expecting actual answer to the actual question. And in here, sometimes we do have some problems when we're nervous. Like we would be asked, I don't know, tell me, why do you chose this program? And you start talking about the university or your field of study. No, they're asking about the program in specific. So go there and then you can elaborate a little bit further and maybe explain why you chose this program due to the university. But first talk about the program because the question was about the program. Listen carefully. Give yourself a second or two to analyze the question and try to plan your answer out. And then start speaking, ¿ok? No te preocupes, puedes tomar un par de segundos para pensar, 1 o 2 segundos, ¿qué voy a decir? You're not expected to answer immediately after the person has asked the question, right? In English, we have these words that we called determiners. I don't know. I don't remember the type of words that the name of it. But these are expressions like right? And those help us express things. There are some expressions that let us express that we're thinking our answer. Like, okay, let me think about that. Well, on that regard, if I have to explain, and so on. Right? You can use these expressions, little expressions, to just give yourself some time to think and plan your answer. That is okay. You should plan your answers. You should be intentional, remember? And that's exactly what I tell you at the end. Take a few seconds to think about your responses before you answer. Try to respond effectively, be brief and clear. Speak clearly and maintain eye contact with your interviewer. And I know you're saying, ay, Adriana, pero ¿cómo que eye contact? Pues como si la mujer está en Florida. Remember that her eyes are the camera right there. So make sure that you're looking at the camera. Maybe not all of the time because you will look a little robotic, but try to remember yourself to look back at the camera once in a while you're talking, right? I do remember myself, I remind myself with a sticker, a sticky arrow, or a picture of someone behind my camera so I can look at the face of the person behind my camera, and I remember to look at that face. Just make sure that you are not looking around and looking nervous like this, right? You need to be calm, efficient, and present. Don't forget to be yourself. There is only one of you. And this version of you has had very great success, right? Own your interests, your passion, your activities, your history. Talk about things that make you stand out, like your academic or professional achievements, the service or leadership experience that you have had, special interests that you have so far. These features make you stand from the crowd and makes you be you, right? Makes you different from everyone else. This maybe you want to take a picture of. These are questions that are very standard in this kind of interviews. These are questions that are usually used in an interview for entering a college or a university. They will tell us about yourself, what are your greatest strengths or weaknesses, why do you deserve a place in this program, or why do you deserve any financial help? What are your career goals? Who has been a role model for you and why? What activities are you involved in? Now, I need you to focus on this type of questions, and I need you to practice. Remember, when you're running your runouts in technology or in front of a mirror, maybe you can even send yourself messages via WhatsApp and then listen again and try to improve that. The point is, you need to find a sweet spot, You need to find it where you are precise, concise, and very short. You don't want to be speaking around blah, 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 and not saying anything, right? You need to be efficient and effective. And your answer should be around 15 seconds to 20, 25 seconds, no longer than that, okay? You don't want to sleep someone with your answer or give so big of a speech that the person forgets what she has asked before. You need to go straight to the point and answer the actual question. Give some examples, back up your claim and give some examples, as I was telling you, right? Vamos a ver. Let's analyze some examples. In this question, candidate was asked the first question, which is a very tricky one. If you go to YouTube, you'll find videos upon videos upon videos on this question. Tell us about yourself. It's a very standard question that you would have in an interview to enter anything, a job position or a scholarship or to get a space in a program like you, right? Okay, so this is an answer of a candidate. They asked, tell us about yourself. And he described himself as this: I am someone who is really passionate about the ocean. That's why I'm planned on majoring in marine biology and becoming a NOAA scientist one day. I've already earned my scuba certification and I have gone on a number of dives. When I'm not in the water, I really enjoy reading poetry or volunteering at a local library summer literacy program for kids. ¿Tú qué dices? A ver, dime así o dime así en las reactions. Does this work? Is it a good standard answer for tell us about yourself? A ver, no les veo reaccionar. Or tell me in the chat. ¿Qué me dices? It work? It doesn't work? Dice Juanma, it works. Muy bien. ¿Quién más? ¿O qué le faltará? ¿Será que le falta algo? ¿Que le sobra algo? A ver, vamos a ver. So this works, and I'll tell you why. This response covers a lot of things in a small amount of time. It highlights that the student is thoughtful when it comes to their academics and future plans, and also that they are willing to go the extra mile. Vamos a ver cómo lo hicieron. Okay, so the long-term goal is to become a scientist, right? The short-term goal, to major in marine biology. And by the way, that is a program that he is applying for, right? Marine biology. The accomplishment relating to the goals is that he has so far got a scuba certification and been on a number of dives, right? And he also gives himself chance to show his values. He has volunteered time to help others so far. ¿Sí ves? This is a combination of different things, right? He gave a very short answer, but still managed to include a long-term goal, a short-term goal, accomplishment relating to the goals, and values. Bien, vamos a ver otro. Oh, and personality, enjoys poetry. Tienes razón. Muy bien. This is another tricky question. What is your greatest strength or weakness? And it could be one, or it could be in plural. What are your greatest strengths or weaknesses? Okay, let's see. Let's analyze this answer. After that, you will react. What do you think? Does it work? Me das una sí. It doesn't work? Me das una sí. O a lo mejor otra cosa. Give me a reaction. I'd say my greatest strength is my tenacity. When I do something, I want to do it right. I'm willing to put in the time and effort to see it through. Once, for a school project, we had to build a model of an atom, and we chose to build the element of hafnium. Hafnium has an atomic number of 72, which meant the model was going to be huge. The teacher offered to let us switch the element, but I decided not to. So I stayed after school for an hour each day for a week to finish the model. I'm happy to say I got an A+ on the project. ¿Tú qué dices? Did it work? What is your opinion? Juanma dice bien, Edgar dice bien. Okay. All right, vamos a ver. So it works because it gives a specific example, right? It gives a positive attribute to highlight his tenacity. And he backed up his claim of having tenacity and showing tenacity with a story about the tenacity that benefited not only him, but a group, right? He also shows passion and that he likes learning and putting in the extra mile. Vamos a otro ejemplo. Luego vamos a ir a tus preguntas, okay? So this is another question that is often asked in this type of interview to enter a university or college. What are your career goals? Let's see the example, and after that, you react, okay? This example says, my ultimate goal is to own a farming operation. My grandparents had a small farm, and I always loved visiting them when I was a kid. Through that, I learned the importance of growing food for a community. I want to study agricultural science at Iowa State University since its agricultural science program is nationally renowned. Once I graduate, I plan to work at a local farm and earn enough to start my own fields. I even have plans to donate some of the crops to homeless shelter in honor of my grandpa. ¿Tú qué dices? Sí, too much. ¿Qué me dicen? Okay, Juanma liked it and Edgar liked it. Vamos a ver por qué. So it works, right? It shows a long-term goal. He also gave detail about what the short-term goals are and how are they necessary to accomplish the long-term goals. So there's not only like, I don't know, speeding out things and promises. It has a meaning and a dimension, right? He wants to study that in order to do that and then that. And also, he shows appreciation for his community. He wants to pay it back, right? He backed that claim with plans to impact his or her community. And he also talked about a reason why he is attached to that community, right? He says he wants to donate that crops because of his grandpa. Okay. So that would be it during your interview. That is your practice. Now let's go after the interview. Should you continue to be hooked to the process? Definitely yes. You should continue to be connected and interested and following up. All right. You should continue engagement with the institutions. Send a thank you email. Reiterate your interest in the program. Say why you liked it, how you enjoyed the experience of the interview, how thankful you are for that space and moment. Request additional information in case you have been thinking about it. If there are specific details or information you need clarification on, that is the people that you need to ask, right? Exactly that, the admission officer. And this shows continued interest and proactive approach. When you have a doubt, you go there and find the information. That is science, right? Also, continue engagement with the institution, attend virtual campus tours or webinars. Be aware these are often projected or publicized in their online sites. So visit often the site, be aware of the virtual campus tours or webinars that they offer. Also, they are going to be sending you a bunch of emails. Do read them, open them, attend the invitations that they are sending. This shows your continued interest in their activity, right? Connect with current students. You know that you can reach out to current students through university forums, social media groups, alumni networks. This can provide valuable perspectives on the students' experiences, the advantages or disadvantages, or some tips that can be useful for you. And to finish, this is important information to remember. You, as an applicant for a program at a college or university, should demonstrate maturity, dependability, integrity, flexibility, and professionalism. And all the details that we covered today are a part of that message, right? You show order, maturity, control, dependability by being punctual and showing that you have control of your surrounding and your image, right? You show integrity, flexibility, and professionalism in the moment that you start speaking. Remember that when you're looking for a space in a university, in a program, you're looking for funding, you should be energetic, enthusiastic, and should feel like you're passionate on this. You're looking for an opportunity. Remember, that is the name of your scholarship. Should I emphasize this enough? Authenticity is highly valued. You are not supposed to be like anyone else. You're supposed to be yourself. You, being yourself, have been so far very successful because you deserve it. You have worked very hard all of your life to get here. And this is the moment where you prove it, okay? The interview aims to give you the documents before submitted, the documents that you sent before, a real dimension of who you are, right? Before you have sent so far, black and white, a description of what you have done in universities and high school and whatever, right? But now it's time to put a face to that information, to the black and white. And you have a very short opportunity. That's why you need to portray interest, professionalism, energy, enthusiasm, hope. Everything that you think is correct should be portrayed in this moment. And well, I want to make sure that we have some time to answer any questions. If you have any in English or in Spanish, we are going to read them or just have them directly from you, however you feel better. But before that, I would like to comment on the information that you're looking at in your screen. Remember that this is our last session on this very long workshop. But we are continuing to serve you and to be here for you. And these are all the ways that you can contact us. We are in Facebook, we are in X or Twitter, we are in Instagram, in YouTube. We also have a WordPress page, and we have a very interesting podcast in Spotify that we are every month refreshing content on. It's called Education USA Voices. It's for free, 100%. You can look for us, as I was telling you, in Spotify, and we will see you there. Espero que les haya servido algo de la información que les he compartido el día de hoy. No sé, Alex, si tú o alguien más tenga alguna pregunta.
Hola, hola, Adriana. Hello, everyone. I
Hello.
only have one question of our
Yes.
students.
Mhm.
It's, it is okay to talk or show off my achievements at the interview?
Yes, you should. You should. I guess this question was before our expression, our examples. But as you can see in my examples, you should talk about, yes, achievements, things that you have been successful in. Give specific examples. Do give specific examples. I think that one great advantage that you have as Education USA Opportunity Fund grantee is that you have done that. You have written a number of essays where you were required to talk about your achievements and your strengths, right? So you should. Okay, a ver, Juanma, I think you have a question.
Sí, hola, ¿qué tal? Muchas gracias. Bueno,
¿Qué
pues
tal,
nada,
Juanma?
he disfrutado mucho la sesión, muchas gracias. Adri, aprendí bastante. Tengo una
Gracias.
pregunta para ti como, o sea, yo como la experta en esto, y basado en algunas experiencias que he tenido en entrevistas.
Ujú,
Eh, Hay un punto en la entrevista que como que nos cuesta como warm up, como entrar. Siento que de repente a veces hay ocasiones en que ya logramos entrar y ya estamos listos, y
ujú,
ya fluimos y todo y así, ¿no? O hay ocasiones en las que nos desconcentramos, nos damos cuenta que estamos diciendo que estamos dando vueltas nada más, o
ujú,
¿tienes alguna estrategia de cuando ya nos dimos cuenta que la estamos regando? ¿Cómo podemos regresar a nosotros? Me encantó esto que dices tú acerca de regresar a ti, tener confianza.
ujú,
Como en tu experiencia, ¿crees que haya como alguna cosa que tú puedas aconsejarnos en ese momento en que, híjole, no estoy sintiendo el clic, no estoy sintiendo que estoy
ujú,
haciéndolo? ¿Habrá alguna cosa que tú nos aconsejes de cómo poder volver a encontrarnos ya cuando estamos en la mitad de la entrevista y nos estamos dando cuenta que nada más no estamos fluyendo, pero sabemos que no somos nosotros, ¿sabes? O
ujú.
sea, es eso que
Sí,
estoy
claro.
hablando, no soy yo, hay una versión de mí que les quiero mostrar, pero no. Entonces, esto es como a base de testimonio, me ha pasado y entonces, como a ver si tú tienes alguna idea de cómo podemos, no sé, tratar de regresar a nosotros en ese momento. Gracias.
Sí, gracias, gracias, Juanma. Sí, yo creo que a mí me funciona voltearme a ver en la cámara, ¿sabes? Como que no ver a la otra persona, sino voltearme un poquito a ver y decir, a ver, como que ya no estás muy ubicada, como que a ver, recuerda lo que queríamos, lo que practicamos, ¿no? Por eso es importante también hacerlo más de una vez, tratar de hablar, ok, ¿quién soy yo? Bueno, yo soy una profesora, tengo casi 20 años de experiencia, porque en el momento en que a lo mejor estoy en la situación, in the actual thing, en la cosa, los nervios muchas veces sí nos llevan a eso. No le llamaría como a fingir, pero sí a lo mejor a querer ensalzar, en querer hacer de más, ¿no? En hacer a lo mejor un poquito más teatral o lo que sea. Entonces, a mí me resulta cómodo como darme un minuto y decir, a ver, me voy a voltear a ver, sí, no estoy siendo ahí, me recuerdo, tengo mis notas al lado porque ya he practicado y entonces sé que cuando hable de mí, por ejemplo, quiero hablar de mi experiencia profesional, quiero hablar de mis fortalezas, que son 3 y yo ya decidí cuáles y las tengo en orden, ¿no? Esta es la que más me cuesta trabajo hablar, entonces esa la pongo en número 3. O sea, en la práctica, yo te diría que la práctica va a, de alguna manera, ayudar que sea mucho más auténtico. Ya sabes qué quieres decir, ya no tienes que estar buscando en los recovecos, ¿no? De, ay, esto sí, esto no, escóndelo, esto no, eso ya lo hiciste frente al espejo, ya lo escuchaste, ya lo grabaste, ya lo volviste a escuchar, ya dijiste, ay, cuando hago esa voz me escucho falsa. O qué onda con esa respuesta, ¿no? Ya lo escuchaste, ya lo analizaste. Creo que mientras más tiempo nos demos para preparar la experiencia, mucho más auténtica será la experiencia porque vamos a estar concentrados en, de hecho, contestar, ¿no? No en qué voy a decir, cómo se va a escuchar, cómo me voy a ver, cómo se va a ver lo de atrás. Ya todo eso lo tengo resuelto y puedo estar presente. Por eso hago tanto énfasis en eso, de buscar estar presente, ¿no? Creo que estando presente podemos evitar estos pasadizos hacia esas otras personalidades.
Love it, love it, love it. Gracias, Adri.
No, de a ti, Juanma. No sé si alguien más tenga alguna pregunta. De nuevo, les agradezco muchísimo estar aquí. Sé que ha sido un largo, largo camino. Adelante, Juanma, don Pansy.
Sí. Hola, muchas gracias
¿Qué tal,
por
Juanma?
los consejos. Yo tenía una pregunta que, bueno, no me queda un poquito claro. Es que, bueno, personalmente cuando trato, pues, yo sé que estas entrevistas son de carácter muy serio, son muy
Ujú,
importantes, profesionales,
ujú, ujú.
pero no sé muy bien, si tienes alguna estrategia que nos pueda ayudar, porque en mi caso, por ejemplo, cuando trato de ser muy serio, caigo en a lo mejor eh, parecer un poco más serio de lo que
Como
realmente soy.
enojado.
Ajá, como enojado.
Ujú.
O lo que no me gustaría más bien es como dar una impresión que simplemente no quiero comunicar. O por
Ujú.
ejemplo, muchas veces esto creo que puede llevar a silencios incómodos en entrevistas. No sé si... Sí, y es algo
Sí,
que me pone
claro.
muy nervioso en este tipo de entrevistas.
Exacto. Mira,
Entonces,
qué bien tu
sí,
reflexión. Muchas gracias, Juanma. Te
sí.
diría, el silencio es incómodo, pero a veces es incómodo solo para ti. Cuando alguien está, por ejemplo, haciendo notas, que seguramente va a ser el caso, son entrevistadores que van a verte a ti y seguramente a algunos otros durante el día y quieren tener la información, la impresión del momento, algunas notas mentales y se van a tomar un momento para escribir, ¿no? Y a lo mejor a ti te resulta incómodo porque estás con la antelación, con la anticipación. Lo dije bien, lo dije mal, ¿qué cara pongo? ¿Cómo me estoy viendo? ¡Ay, qué cara tengo! Sonrío. No, espera un poco, ¿no? Entonces, analiza un poco eso. Sí, creo que tenemos que acostumbrarnos a los silencios. Va a haber momentos de silencios. Por eso te decía de a lo mejor tener alguna estrategia de movimiento, algo que apachurrar, algo que te recuerde que estás aquí presente, ¿no? ¿Te acuerdas? Eso es solo en tu cabeza. Esta ansiedad que sientes de este silencio es tuya, es tu ansiedad, no es la ansiedad de la otra persona. Y yo puedo con un poco de ansiedad en este momento. Esta ansiedad pertenece a lo importante de esta situación. Puedo con esta ansiedad. No va a pasar nada, ¿no? También te diría que lo mismo que le decía Juanma, que mientras más practiques, mayor control vas a tener de tu expresión facial. Te diría, por ejemplo, es una buena estrategia que a mí me ha servido de grabarme en video, pero no estar viendo mi imagen en la pantalla. Y una vez que termino de dar ese speech o de contestar la pregunta o lo que sea, veo la imagen. Va a ser un poquito impactante, Juanma, sobre todo si no te has visto mucho en video antes, ¿no? Pero mientras más te acostumbres, más vas a estar presente en el hecho de que, ay, ya frunce otra vez la ceja, ok, me voy a relajar, ¿no? O a lo mejor hago esto y lo que hago para relajar esto es y me relajo toda y pongo una mejor postura que me recuerda, me aterriza y me recuerda en dónde estoy. No estoy aquí donde digo soy incapaz, estoy aquí donde digo yo estoy aquí en control de esta situación, he pasado procesos muy fuertes, se fueron quedando mucha gente a lo largo de todo el proceso y yo estoy aquí exitoso. Y esta es mi postura de exitoso, ¿no? Te diría eso, practícalo mucho, estate pendiente también de tu cara, obsérvate en el video o en el espejo, lo que sea que te sea menos impactante y que te que te ayude a practicar. Practica con otros, acércate a tu asesor Education USA, pídele un mock interview para que a lo mejor también te puedas acostumbrar a esos silencios y que te hacen sentir incómodo y que sepas que vas a estar bien después de ese proceso, de ese silencio. Vas a estar bien, no pasa nada.
Muchas gracias.
¿De qué, Juanma? Pues creo que no sé si hay alguien más, alguna otra pregunta, algún comentario. De lo contrario, pues no sé, Alex, si tengas alguna otra.
Por mi parte es completamente todo. Muchísimas gracias, Adri, por toda la
Al
información que el
contrario.
día de hoy nos compartiste. Sin lugar a dudas, tanto a los estudiantes como a los asesores de Education USA nos va a servir mucho toda la información que nos presentaste y nada más que
Gracias.
agradecerte por la sesión que nos brindaste el día de hoy.
Gracias a todos. Nos vemos muy pronto y mucho éxito en su proceso de admisión. Hasta luego.
Bye.
Bye bye.